Hi, everyone. This is Carolyn Elephant. I'm on ABA Tech Show Planning Board for 2023. And with me today is Jamie Szal. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yes.
Great. Jamie, can you introduce yourself to our listeners? Tell us a little bit about what you do and also what topics you're going to be speaking about at Tech Show.
Great. Hi, everyone. As Carolyn said, I'm Jamie Szal. I'm a partner at Brandon Isaacson here in Maine, and I focus on all things state and local tax for my clients. So when you're dealing, and I don't mean estate as in, when you pass along with death and taxes and all those things, but states like New York and Maine and all sorts of other localities. I work with businesses predominantly and other firms and just trying to figure out what is your tax compliance footprint look like and how to deal with it when you get these I call them very facetiously love letters from states saying you've been picked. So with the Tech Show, I'm really excited. This is my first Tech Show presentation, and I'm going to be handling two presentations that weekend. The first one dealing with blockchain and the metaverse and how law firms who are kind of tiptoeing or diving right into that space can issue spot and things to think about as you start to accept cryptocurrency as payment for your services or work with businesses and clients of yours that are in the blockchain space, whether they're NFT creators or they're smart contract drafters, whatever the case may be. And then the second presentation is more high level, kind of financials for small law firms, tech tools that will help you operate in a virtual law firm environment if you've gone completely virtual. Or rely on things like virtual assistants and the tech tools that you use to help facilitate your practice and how you can take advantage of different tax aspects of that, whether that is making sure that you're charging your clients for taxes on the tools that you use to serve them or that you can roll forward to them. So it's kind of previews of things that we'll talk about.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. As we discussed before we got on this call, I don't think we've had a real national tax expert speaking at Tech Show in the past. And I think part of that is because there's a disconnect. Tax is viewed as a substantive practice area, and then there's technology and the tools. So I wanted to ask you to elaborate a little bit more on the intersection between tax and technology that you'll be discussing at that second session of yours.
Well, here's one example. I mean, we're doing this interview over Zoom, right? Our whole legal industry is so Zoom and other web conferencing dependent these days. And as a law firm, you incur charges, right, for your Zoom license and other things. Are you forwarding those charges through to your clients? Some states treat platforms like this as if they're subject to sales tax. There's a big case in Massachusetts that came down on it 2 years ago. And in some states, you can pass those through to your client, as a charge that's not taxable because it's rolled into how you provide your services to them. So that's just one example of the intersection between tax and tech and how you operate in a virtual law practice.
Well, I think I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to have to attend myself. But I know your other topic is, I think, a little bit sexier to most with blockchain and crypto. And I guess what I wanted to ask you is, in your experience, what's the one major concern that attorneys have in dealing with accepting cryptocurrency or dealing with clients who are using crypto? And what kind of advice would you have for them?
Well, I think part of the concern is just that it's so new still, and there's very little guidance that has come out either from the IRS or from most states, quite frankly, on what the tax implications are for your business in accepting cryptocurrency, in holding cryptocurrency. Is it an asset, meaning that you may, as a practice, end up with capital gains coming out of it, and that tends to be the federal guidance and where it's focused right now, or is this something that is treated more like cash and like any other form of currency? So I think the lack of guidance is really the most concerning part. But the other aspect that, pardon me, the life of working from home, my dogs are in the background. But the other concerning aspect, I think, on the state compliance level is, the blockchain world really was designed in part, not just for transparency, but for anonymity. And there's a real concern about where do you put a kind of geographic situs on your transactions in the blockchain space to be able to figure out what are the tax implications in the first place. So I'm hearing a lot of that from clients and businesses as well.
Yeah, no, and it's probably as people are using crypto to pay for transactions, I guess it's probably coming up more frequently. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, like I said, I'm really excited to attend both of your presentations. But let me ask you this, let me turn the question on its head. What are you excited about TECHSHOW 2023?
Oh man. Well, it is, like I said, it's my first one. So it's kind of like I'm excited about it all right now. I'm excited to learn what other tools are out there that I can implement in my own practice. I finally went totally digital with all of my work, which may sound like it's very late to the game, but I'm a person who loves handwritten notes when I'm talking. And I finally figured out all of the tools and kind of systems on the back end that I need to make that happen, handwritten digitally and note-taking for my clients. And I'm excited to learn about other tools that I could implement myself to make my practice smoother and more efficient and to serve my clients better.
Yeah, no, that's the reason that most attorneys attend this, and we will definitely be addressing that stuff. So anyway, I don't want to take up more of your time. Thanks so much for doing this interview. Listeners, ABA Tech Show is March 1st through 4th in Chicago, Illinois. You can register at www.techshow.com. And if you register by January 18th, you will get a $200 discount early bird special. So we hope to see you there. And Jamie, I'm really looking forward to meeting you.
Me too. See you in Chicago.